Lightworkers Unite is a podcast and social show hosted by intuitive women, lightworkers, and most importantly, friends, Mayum and Manjeet. Welcome to our podcast, Lightworkers Unite, where we believe there is a lightworker within all of us.
Whether you are a medium, an educator, or a nuclear medicine technologist, there is a lightworker within you, and we have work to do.
This is a safe and sacred place where lightworkers connect, grow, and learn.
And share our light with the world.
Hi. Okay, are we ready? Are we doing this? We switched topics last minute. We're doing it.
I know. See, this is what happens when we get together. We start talking about all the things and all of our projects. That's how this started. We were talking about our projects coming up this year. Like we start, masterminding, like, okay, what are we going to do for our businesses in the new year? Like we start thinking about that shit. Now people don't realize that.
That's what light workers do. I think we start talking about this, right? And we have things that happen. I know that you and I work this way, and this is what you light workers are also supposed to work this way, is that I ask for signs. I ask for confirmation. I ask for, am I on the right path? And am I doing this? And I was in the midst of like a little bit of chaos in the middle of, summer ending, back to school. There was a shift in me. There's a shift in my website. There's a shift in my marketing or lack thereof. And that's when Lisa did the video, this Facebook Live, everyone. I just have to share because I'm literally freaking out. I was in tears crying. And I know most people are like, wow, that's so ridiculous. But you have no idea how important that was to me, how big of a deal. And for those that don't know Lisa Williams, I highly recommend that you look her up. She's an author, speaker, very well-renowned psychic medium and teacher. She has her own, Lisa Williams School. I've been working with her for the last 2 years. I've done a show. She had a Facebook Live yesterday, everyone. And I just happened to catch it, and I logged on, and I was like, hey, oh my God, I'm so looking forward to Celebrate Your Life, because that's the conference that we're all going to go to this end of October with authors and speakers, a beautiful spiritual conference. And she, in the midst of this, because that's where I met her, she sees my name in my little comments and starts bringing me up. She did a little shout out for me as a certified psychic medium under her wing. And I'm like, you should have seen my face. There was no one around. I wanted to scream. I was like, what the hell's happening? And then she did a card reading for me, and it just validated all those questions that were going on. I'm on the right path. This journey, it was a bridge to the door. I'm on this journey, and you just notice one of them was a relationship with the love. That is me and Johnny are headed. We're right on target. And that the equal card, is the one that I was like, oh frick! Oh my God, I am.
Did you just say frick?
Oh, I did. I said frick instead of fuck. Why didn't I say frick? I know. Sometimes. So anyway.
Yes, that was amazing.
These are the things.
Amazing
now
reading.
I'm shifting. We're going to the Radiate Retreat that's coming up, in 2 weeks. Holy shit.
It's 2 weeks. Oh my God.
It's 2 weeks
we're
away.
going to this beautiful retreat. Radiate Retreat. Mayum is my retreat sister. She's hooking me up with all the retreats. This looks fucking amazing though. This woman who runs it is, amazing. How beautiful of a soul is she? She's so amazing and has this amazing schedule for all of us for some profound healing, which I think is going to be really fun for us to go into. But it's beautiful.
It is going to be amazing because this is about elevating one another. That's what we're talking about, right? Is that really and truly, I felt like I got validation that I'm on the right path, and I am wanting to elevate. And I am so grateful to the universe and to God that Lisa Williams is one of my advocates, just like you were, man. You helped me where I was, and we kind of lift each other up. And that's where we're at. So we have these new projects, new ideas. Manjeet is also, I'm like in shock right now what you shared. We came together, you guys, and we're like, what's up with you? What's up with you? Well, this happened, and then this happened.
Oh my goodness.
And we're both writing books. And Manjeet, I'm telling you, people are going to love it. Do you want to share your idea?
I don't know yet. I have to flesh out some stuff still, but I'm super excited. And I'm really, I really, I need to get a little more like solid with the outline, and you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna help me with that. So I'm so excited. My soul sister, Megan, I can't even tell you, but I just have to go back for a minute. Lisa Williams, right? Holy fuck. Okay. This woman, it is so beautiful to see other women empowering other women. And I don't,
know.
I've never worked with her. I watch all her shit. I listen to all her stuff. I mean, obviously,
You
because
do?
I'm connected. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
connected to her through you, of course. And I
oh.
love her. I love her accent, all
I
that stuff
love her
too. So she's
accent. Yes.
lovely. But I just think, she is in a position of power, right? She has a bigger microphone than we do. And,
Fuck
and
yeah,
so when
man.
women have power, and they use it and wield that for good,
Yeah.
I'm just like my hands, like I just want to
I,
touch her feet and say,
me
you're a
too.
fucking queen, and thank you. Thank you for not
I,
just promoting you, but she's promoting all of us, all of the
yes,
women that are working our fucking asses off
that's right. And guess
and
what?
trying
I
to
get to
be
introduce her
light
to you
workers.
because she knows I'm
Yes.
coming. We have a plan. We're going to meet each other. We're going to hug and say hi. Oh my God. Because,
Oh my
I mean,
God,
we met
I'm
there
gonna
for,
die.
5 years ago, we met there, or however long, when I was
Wow.
first there. That's how we first met. But yes, I'm going to
Oh my
introduce
God,
you
I'm
to
so
Lisa
excited. I'm gonna
Williams.
have like what's it called?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, that when you get into shock. But
Yeah.
I just had to say, I really admire and appreciate when you see other women really stepping out of their own power to elevate other women.
Yes.
And that is what Lisa Williams does. That's what these women that, we want to surround ourselves with do, is we want to make everybody stronger.
Yes. Better.
So I
Yes.
just love that. Yeah.
Because we're all worthy of this. Every single one of us. All of you listeners out there, all you light workers, whether you don't believe you're a light worker or not, whatever, if you're listening to this, just know that you are worthy and you are capable. And it is okay for us to elevate, support, boost, and help each
Mhm.
other get there. This isn't, and this is a word that had come up in our conversation, you know, it is not a competition between
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Manjeet and I do
Yes.
not compete. We work along. We collaborate. I mean, I want to.
Yes.
That's what we do. We
Absolutely.
collaborate. We do
Yeah.
not compete. We have similar things. We're in alignment. We're light workers, but we're also different, and we have our own path and our own journey and our own ideas and goals and desires, but we support each other and help each
Mm.
other and lift each other up. We do not dare
Yeah.
say, oh, did you hear that? Like, oh my God, Anjit's doing this. Oh my God. I don't have ever feelings of lesser than, and I don't feel like I
Mm.
have to compare myself or compete with my sisters. Absolutely
No.
not. This isn't
Yeah.
comparison or competing. We
Yeah.
are doing this together, and therefore we're stronger. We're
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah. We are stronger. I know I talk about this in one of my um blogs. It was one of my newsletters that I had done. It was about spiritual sisterhood. And it really talks a lot about this, like what actually is a spiritual sister and what does that mean? And I got a lot of pushback from a lot of women about that one concept, which was spiritual sisters don't compete.
You
And I
got
had a lot
pushback
of
about
women.
that?
Oh my God. Yeah. I had a lot of women actually say, you know what? I don't know if I agree with that. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the, like the conversation because, they were like, well, competition is good and, it can be really helpful. And I get all that. But within competition, there is also power, right? What you're doing is you're trying to compete against that person to create an unequal relationship, like I am better than you, I won. That's what competition is, right?
That's how it feels to me. But
That's
yeah,
how it feels, and it shouldn't be. I mean, I
it shouldn't
understand
be.
that,
I know what
it,
you're
it
saying.
shouldn't be like I'm winning and you're losing, because in
Right.
competition, that's how we are trained to think of competition. You
True,
go to a
true,
race,
true.
you win, there's a winner, there's a, silver, bronze, silver, and gold winner, right? And then there's the
Yep.
losers, right? And so in spiritual sisterhood, how do we have healthy competition? Like what, and maybe that word is just so bastardized to me, competition. It feels so antagonistic, doesn't it? Yeah, we talked about
Did,
that earlier, but
yeah, yeah. Did you say
so
bastardize?
yes,
Oh,
it's
I
been
like that word.
bastardized. Yeah.
I like that. I was like, I
You
wish if they
like
could see us.
like
I was like, my face
ruined.
was like, ooh, yeah. Yes,
Ooh.
I like
Yeah.
that word for some
Oh,
reason.
thank
That really
you.
resonated.
Thank
I agree
you.
with all of that, and if we could just replace that word, or maybe have a different intention with the
Yeah.
word, right? I you
Mm,
use the word challenge. I like that.
yeah, me
Let's have a
too.
challenge, everyone, and then
Mm,
but let's not have a competition. Let's not compete. Let's collaborate. Let's challenge one another, hold ourselves
yeah.
accountable, but support, but in a beautiful, loving, compassionate place. I
Yeah.
mean, we can do this. We can do this, everyone.
Yeah. And I think it's awesome, right? That sounds almost like
It
fairy
does.
tale
I
land, right?
know.
La 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 la, right? And I
Yeah.
know, but I think before we get to that place of like really and completely being in support of each other, I think you hit it head on the nail. Nope. The tail of the no, the
Hit the
hammer on the
nail on the
head.
head.
Yes.
Yes.
When you said earlier, I feel like there are some fundamentals as light workers that we really need to, or we don't need to do anything, but that if we could adapt, if we could really wrap our arms around some of these fundamental concepts about our own personal growth,
Yeah.
I think that's what leads us to this space of evolution with other women. Like,
Yeah.
if we don't feel sovereign in ourselves, if we truly don't feel equal as spiritual people and spiritual light workers on the planet, how do we get to that place of equality and support for each other? Right? Like we have to feel like I'm an intuitive life coach, and there's probably like 5,000 of them in the world, if not more, and millions, right? Um, but I'm not in competition with them. We're all equal,
Correct.
right? So
Yes.
it's like understanding like we all have our own path. We all are going to do things in our own through our own lens, which is
Yeah.
sovereign and powerful and needed.
Right.
Right?
I
That to
agree.
me is like if we can't get to that place, first, like that I have a place here, I have a path, and I'm allowed to write a book, even though there's a billion of them out there on whatever, right? I'm allowed to do all of these things. And that puts me because I've got things to say.
Yes.
Everybody does. We all do.
Everyone has a
Yeah.
story. Everyone has things to say.
I feel
Everyone
that
has something to
self-worth.
share. And
Yes.
it's okay. And I think sometimes people get stuck. And I know we were talking about this earlier too, is just because I want to write a book because there's other
Mhm.
writers and oh gosh, their story is similar to mine, doesn't mean that I stop and say, well, then I shouldn't, because
Yes.
then I'm taking myself out of the competition, I guess, if you want to say,
Hmm.
right? I'm thinking to myself,
Hmm.
I'm coming from a place of competing. I can't compete with that. These guys have been around together. Someone's already written all that. But this is the thing. There's always going to be writers and authors, and there's always going to be speakers and teachers and life coaches and mediums and psychics. And there's going to be all of this, always. And it isn't, don't take yourself out of the race, put yourself in. You don't have to compete, you just have to shine who you are. You just have to
Mm.
be in it. Be in it
Yeah.
because you're doing it because you feel the need to share, to teach, to be creative and have fun doing it. And I
Yeah.
really believe that's if you're going to be in alignment with who you really are, and if that's what you want to do, then do it. The people that will read your stuff will find you. I
Yeah.
mean, and it doesn't mean, oh gosh, I'm a failure because I didn't make the, New York bestsellers list or whatever. Don't put labels on it. Do it for yourself. Come from that
Yeah.
place of, I did this, your own accomplishment, and let
Yeah.
yourself shine in this. Just
Yeah.
challenge yourself, step up, elevate, whatever it is that you need to do wherever you are in your journey right now. If you are feeling like I can't compete or I don't have the support or gosh, I'm comparing myself to everyone else
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's better, or I'm angry, or let's eliminate all those weird feelings and
Mm-hmm.
start back over. Just do what resonates and what feels good. And
Yeah.
that's why you're doing it. That's changed the
Yeah.
whole thing. I'm not competing. I'm just being me, but I want to do it. I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to try to be
Yeah.
the best that I can be while I'm doing it. Right?
I love
You're
it.
going to be the
Yeah.
best you can be, Manji. You always put your best foot forward. I mean, that's what we want you guys to do. Show
Mm-hmm.
up for the race, get in it. Yes, challenge yourself, and just shine. Do what you need to do. You're going to get the support of sisters that you're meant to get. Now, if there's, we should talk about that. If there's those that want to compete with you, who want to compare themselves with you and say, oh, I'm better than you, or you're da 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 da, those people aren't meant for you. They're not so.
Yeah.
So listen to that. Who are the people around you that might be the energy vampires, or that
Yeah.
want to bring you down? We all have some of those.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Absolutely.
they're close friends, family members, I don't know, maybe coworkers that you can feel where they're kind of hoping you fail, fall on your face,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm going to
Because
say,
their
let
failure
them go.
means they evolve, right? Their failure means that they're better than you. So
Mm-hmm.
in these are narcissists, right? These are rageaholics. These are, people that have some serious like lack of empathy, like disorders. Like, they are
Yes.
seriously like, they have issues. And
Yes.
yeah, when we
Don't
when
listen
we
to that.
fall into their orbit, it can be really, really, especially because a lot of light workers, if not every single fucking one of us, is an empath. So
Yes.
we're also very, very, very connected to energy. And so it's really hard to not feel that venom harder, stronger.
Yeah.
It's been my whole life, being around some of my family members that were not very kind or mean. It just put me into shutdown mode, because
Right.
I
Oh,
can't fucking deal with it. I don't like that. I don't like any of that raised energy. And also, I just had a conversation with actually Mira today about, my father-in-law still in the hospital. And
sorry.
she was being very honest with me. And I really appreciated this. And as an empath, and our viewers and listeners will like understand this, I'm sure. She's like, it's really hard for me to go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I love him, but I'm really struggling because I feel so sad and depleted when I'm there. And then when I come home, she's like, I have to sleep. And I said, honey,
Mm-hmm.
it's because you're an empath, right? You're getting
Yep.
sucked from all this energy and all these directions. And I think it was important for her to hear that's okay. It's a normal thing that happens for energetic people
Mm-hmm.
that are empathic, but you don't have to be a victim of that. You just have to protect yourself,
Yes.
and
Yes.
lining yourself up with those boundaries, being very intentional about going into these spaces. And I said, I feel exactly the same way. And you know what I ended up doing? Working in a fucking hospital for 20 years every day. What I'm like, what kind of fucking self torture did
Mm.
I inflict on myself? But I said to her, the service is more important to me, and I created a lot of boundaries around how to protect myself. So I think that was all strategic too. Like, how do you protect yourself? I was protecting myself every fucking day for years. So that now when I do this work kind of more full time, I'm able to say, okay, you know what? I can protect myself from your negative energy and your competition, because I'm not in competition with you.
That's right.
I'm really not. I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of who I'm in competition with. I'm like, at this point, I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah. Why is
you
it a
know?
competition? And that's why we have to go back
Yeah.
to there are tons of intuitive life coaches. There are
Yes.
a ton of
Right.
psychic mediums. There are a ton of authors, speakers,
Yes.
teachers, lawyers, doctors. I mean, we
Oh
need it
my
all.
God.
We
Yeah, do
I
it.
mean, we need it all.
Yeah.
So it just do what you love, what resonates with you. You're not competing. You're not
Yeah.
competing. You're
No.
just showing up and doing what you're meant to do. So, and I
Yeah.
just want to say that I, for one, love supporting my sisters, love supporting my friends in whatever they're doing. And if there's ever a sense of, oh, gosh, or where I feel, if I ever get a little twinge of, I wish I was doing that. Like, okay, I'll just admit it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Anytime, I mean, I'm just gonna say it, and it's not having to do with necessarily like career choices or anything, but like when people travel and I see, when my friends are traveling, I get a little jealous. I do.
Of
Not not
course.
not
Yeah.
not bad, but just like, oh, I really want to do that. Like it lights a
Yeah.
fire in me, but I notice the feeling. It's not, again, not competition, but just like
Mm.
it elevates me to a point where I've noticed this feeling in me that wants to do something that I've seen
Mm.
others do. And I
Yeah.
see it and I say, I want to do that. Just like
Oh.
celebrate your life. One of these days, I'm going to say it here right on this podcast. I can't believe I'm going to say it out loud. My goal, and I'm going to manifest this shit. I want to be one of their speakers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be one of their speakers one day.
Oh.
Yes,
Yes, you
yes. I
will.
mean, I felt that 4 years ago. I'm feeling it again, and with the support of others, people like Lisa Williams, and Liz Dawn, I know that I could probably get in there, and that's just what I'm going to hold. So that again kind of pulls you along, gives you something to focus on. It's a challenge. It's a beautiful challenge. I'm not
Mm.
competing with anyone else. I'm just going to do me. And if,
Yeah.
and hopefully, it happens. And if it doesn't,
Yes.
that's okay too. But at least I feel like I have a goal, I have a sense, there's something that I'm looking forward to. And I hope all you beautiful light workers are doing the same.
Yeah.
Elevate yourself. Where is it that you feel that little nudge, that little pull, that little thing that's lighting your fire saying, I really want to do this. And just then make way to doing it. Start start visualizing yourself doing it and start taking those baby steps forward for momentum. And don't let comparison, competition, or the thought of, well, I don't have a niche, or I don't have anything special. I'm just like everyone else. Why
Yeah.
would I be successful at this? It's all bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. I think
Manjeet and I will support you in whatever you guys do.
fuck
We're
yeah, you know
we're
it.
here for
Yeah,
you.
well, we can, yeah, I mean, we don't have a big, huge microphone, but we got two of them, so we can do some
We
things.
can do
But
some.
yeah, I think that I love this. I love what you're saying. And I keep feeling like that word, like when you want to go into action to like actually live your life purpose, right? Whatever that is. If you feel inclined to be an energy worker, or you feel inclined to be a medium, a psychic medium, you feel inclined to be a life coach or an intuitive or whatever the fuck it is, if it is in this non-traditional working place of the metaphysics, right? I call them metaphysical practitioners,
Yes.
light workers, right? We're in this
Yes.
field. There's not a lot of support because it's really difficult as we carve out our own niches, in the through the lens of who we are. And without feeling confident in ourselves, without feeling equal and important enough to say, I have a voice and it might be different than other people, it can be really scary. It can be
Oh my
really,
gosh, yeah.
really scary to get out there and say, oh, I'm going to be a life coach, but I'm going to do it like through like psychic shit. That's weird. Like people might think that's weird. No, so it's like
I
you have to
know.
peel back
I
all these
know.
layers of fear, right? I think that's
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
going through our own journey of like releasing fear and judgment from other people and ourselves
Yeah.
and our people that know us to like
Yeah.
break out into these like, metaphysical roles. And then once we finally do that, then we feel like we have to compete with everybody else in the world of light workers. And so it's like this, like, no wonder we struggle to be seen and heard in the world, right? Because
Yeah.
we're fighting our own demons, I feel, and then and our own insecurities and fear, blankets and blankets of fear and judgment. And then when we finally unravel some of that shit, then we feel kind of naked, right? And then
Yeah.
we want to feel like, where are my sister, where are my
That's
people?
right.
And
A little
that's where I feel like
exposed. Yeah.
we can show
Yeah.
up for them. I
Yes.
keep feeling like everything we're saying is really interesting because I love the Akasha, right? The Akashic records, and
Yes, me too.
really diving into like what our past missions were in our other life, like other lifelines. What were our skill sets? What were the things that we were really good at? Maybe right now, I feel like a lot of people are starting to access ancient wisdom within their other lifetimes. That's
I
really
can't
how
even
I
believe you're
feel.
bringing that up because I did that past life regression workshop with Denise Lynn at
Oh,
CY at Celebrate Your Life 2018. And that's exactly what we did, Manjeet. Not only did we go
love
back
it.
and learn about a past life, we went and chose a past life and took the skills from
Mm.
that past life and brought it to today's life.
Yes, I love
You're
that.
absolutely right. The ancient wisdom, whatever it was, and we didn't know what it was, but we had intention. She had us even physically doing it with our eyes closed, like,
Mhm.
what were you doing in that past life? Now let's bring it here. This It was wild. It was
Wow.
pretty woo woo, but I have to say I love it and I believe in it, and you
Yes.
just said it, sister. See?
Yeah, I feel like we're
Just
at
said
that
it.
place. It's why
We
we're
are.
talking about competition, or like this feeling of like, how do we support each other? And I feel like in other lives, in our ancient lives, I feel like women were really good at this. I feel like women really were really good at helping us unravel blankets of fear and judgment. And we were really fucking good at bringing the light into the world with women. And we're getting back there. It's taken us a long time, but we're starting to see each other again, like as equals, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a gift. Like what you do, I cannot do, right? And I think our ancient civilizations understand
Yes,
that,
yes, she can, everyone. Yes, she
you
can.
know, not like Mayu. I mean, we have our own styles, right? Which is great and awesome, right? But I keep seeing when you were talking about like, you know, skills and wisdom and owning our sovereignty, I kept seeing the Akasha, like the way I see the Akashic records. I kept seeing that, and I kept seeing our past lives gathering our skills and bringing them in, owning it, loving it, like jewelry making. Like I feel like I'm gonna I'm gonna just say like we know some people that make some beautiful fucking pieces of
Yes.
artwork. They're art. I call them artwork, and they're
Yes.
so intentional and purposeful. How absolutely she's done that before.
Yes.
Like
In a past life.
I
Yes.
know that, right? Like these are
Yeah.
women that are like so connected to gems and structure and geometry and all this
Mm-hmm.
amazing shit that's coming out now. And then we have to unravel all the fear and the fucking judgment and all this other bullshit that we have to do to like show our true selves into the world. And what I keep seeing is in the Akasha, there's like the future part. So the Akasha is like past, present, right? And future. And
Yes.
so when we deny our voice, our book,
Mm-hmm.
our light worker ability, what we're doing is we're saying no to certain Akashic lifetimes that are available to us. It's your choice. You absolutely have a choice, right? But by not opening up that equality and that having that power, we're saying no to those lifelines. And the Akasha is essentially a compilation of data, right? For you
Records.
in
Mm-hmm.
your
Yes.
record, right? So I'm just looking at it from the lens of the Akasha. When we don't make those choices that are in our highest vibration to be in our true form, we are losing some of that, the compilation of data. That's what I keep hearing. The compilation of data and information and experience that we can bring to the next lifeline,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I
So
love
it's
that.
like if you don't want to do it for other people, you know, just I think understanding that you're, doing it for yourself is an actual really powerful evolution building your web of knowledge that not only is for you to move on forward, but also to add to the tapestry of womanhood, of light workers, sisters, right? When you show up, you get to create your quilt, your patch in the quilt, right?
Your
Your
tapestry. Your area
yes,
in the tapestry. Yes.
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 So
I
we,
love
and
that.
we want to hold that tapestry. We want to hold it high and proud
Mhm.
and say every single fucking woman, every single person has a right to the tapestry of life.
Yeah.
So fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
write
do
the
it.
book.
Let's
Okay.
do it. Write the book. Elevate your guys. It's time to really step
It's
into who you really are. Do
scary
not
as shit, but
allow it is, but but know that
yeah.
you can support others. So if you have a little hang up yourself or you're feeling you're competing or
Mm,
comparing, let that go. Let that go. We are here supporting
yes.
everyone because everyone is allowed to and is worthy of elevating. We are all
Yes.
worthy of shining. So let's do it. Let's support each other in this, in our work, whatever it is. If it's new work, old work, what you're doing currently, if you are a badass at to what you do right now today, you keep at it. Keep at it and join
Mm,
with, coexist with spirit. Get spirit involved. Ask your angels, ask your guides, ask your loved ones to join you, help you, nudge you,
mm,
leave you signs, look for signs, and then
yeah.
get the support of your soul sisters. Those people,
Yes.
get the support and
Yeah.
trust that trust. I'm going to use Gabby Bernstein's phrase.
I
The
know.
universe has your back, everyone. Okay?
Yes.
The
Yes.
universe has your
Yeah.
back, but we do too.
Yeah,
Manjeet
we
and I
do.
have your back. Mayim and
Girl.
Manjeet have your back. We are here for you. So, what is it that you're
Hmm.
wanting to do? Where you want to show up? What projects are showing up for you? And how are you going to do it? How are you going to elevate? How are you going to do it? And
Yeah.
support one another. Support each other. We should do this. We need to get
Yes.
another gathering in the books. Let's get our
I know.
Lightworkers
I was
together.
just thinking. Yeah, I was just thinking. We've been talking about our Lightworker sister circle.
Yes.
So we've got a couple of ideas that we're mulling around. So stay tuned for that because we would love, love, love to start creating maybe a bit of a network, right? So that we
Yeah.
can start seeing um, supporting women in their journey,
Yes.
as a light worker too.
Yep.
So
That's what we're going to
yeah,
do.
it's gonna
Okay.
be
We're doing it.
really, really fun.
It
Yay!
is. Good job,
Girl, you know
sister.
it's true. What?
You're so awesome. All right, everyone. Thanks for chiming in and listening to us. Man, we love you so much, girl.
I
Go,
love
go,
you.
go.
Oh my
Do it, do it, do it.
God.
We can do this.
Yes.